In a video or so ago, you saw me getting a Klondike bar Game Boy shell in the mail. It was square, it was shiny, it was perfect. Ever since I got it, I thought to myself, what else would be cool on an SP? As cool as a Klondike bar. That's when it hit me. So, I got to work. It had to fully replicate the experience of picking up and opening a pizza box, but also give a twist that only a Game Boy can offer. Once I had my idea, I had to make it a reality, so I contacted the only one who would be perfect for the job, the Bluish Squirrel, a highly respected designer in the community mainly known for all sorts of shells and labels for all sorts of Game Boys. Luckily for me, they also take custom orders. I got in contact with the Bluish Squirrel and they were on board with the idea. I took some pictures of what I wanted and wrote a description of how I wanted it and sent it their way. A few renders and some design choices, and one payment later, it's actually... Alright, so let's get this. Oh my gosh, this already looks awesome. I already see the blue in the corner there. This looks perfect. Plastic lens. Alright, cool. Oh my god. The detail. Oh man. There's two. Okay, so AGS. This is actually really nice that he did this. AGS001 and they're both AGS001. What's the difference then? Huh. I guess in case you mess up one of them, I don't know. Okay. Not bad. I'll be honest, it's a little blurrier than what I originally wanted. But oh my god. But this is still pretty cool. It's still pretty dang cool. Okay, and this is the buttons in here. Right. Nintendo logo, everything. A little shinier than I imagined too. It still captures kind of all the details I wanted, but if I knew that the resolution would do this beforehand, then maybe I would have chosen another picture. As is, this is pretty funny. All right, but this is where it takes the cake. So, got the pizza box. When you open it, oh, that's so dumb. I love it. Oh my god. I had him apply the sticker for me because I couldn't trust myself. He did a good job. Wow. Look at that. You know, I gotta say, for a bunch of JPEGs off the internet, this is pretty good. Oh, this is gonna look so dumb next to the Klondike bar. Now I need to get another IPS screen. Before we can have fun with our IPS screens, I need to harvest the motherboard from some SPs. I will be using this AGS001 here. As you can see, the 001 screen does not really meet the standards that we have for screens today. The disassembly is fairly straightforward. First, remove the battery by unscrewing the battery cover. This one is starting to look like ravioli, so I'll replace it with another one. With the battery out of the way, unscrew the 6 tri-wing screws holding the back cover in place. Lift that up, and the motherboard and the rest of the internals are revealed. There are just 3 Phillips head screws holding the motherboard in place. Unscrew those and put them somewhere safe. With the screws out of the way, there's just one more thing holding the motherboard back, the ribbon cable. The ribbon cable is for the screen of a Game Boy SP and is located underneath the motherboard. Gently lift up the motherboard and push the 2 latches on either end of the connector up. Then the screen and motherboard will disconnect from each other. If you're lucky, this is all you need to remove from the old Game Boy, but unfortunately, most of us are not so lucky. This is arguably the most annoying part of any hinge system repair: the hinges. Most Game Boy shells do not come with replacement hinges, so you need to transfer out the old ones. You can probably get away with removing the hinges without removing the screen too, but I'm gonna remove the screen anyway. The screws holding the screen and shell together are hidden by these rubber screw covers. On this SP, some of them have been chewed away and some have not, but all of them will need to be cleaned out or removed before we can do anything else. After removing those old rubber covers, it's time to unscrew the 5 screws around the frame. With every repair and mod done on a Game Boy, OEM parts become less and less common. Even though they are the inferior screen, it's nice to keep some OEM parts in circulation. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in my parts bin for a rainy day. Now it's time for the hinges. These are tough to get out no matter what method you try, but I found this one made the job a little easier. First, get something to put some distance between the hinge. Then with the screwdriver, press firmly into the center of the hinge and it should pop out with not much of a fight. It might not pop out all the way, but it's enough to get it out easily with pliers or something. Now with a big old mess on my desk, it's time to clean up. The Game Boy shell, not my desk. I'll start with the Klondike bar, seeing that I was the one that started it all. These IPS screens are ones that I ordered off AliExpress and they came in this really nice protective case. I'll definitely be using these to store the AGS001 screens. The IPS screen itself is too large to snugly fit in your average Game Boy SP shell, so some modifications will need to be done to the side. With some paper underneath to make cleanup easier, the method that worked out for me is cutting the side of the Game Boy with some clippers and then carving it off with a razor blade. It's also a good idea to give the screen a test now instead of finding out that it's shot later when the job's done. Beautiful. Alright, just finished carving out the extra material away, and even though it's not the prettiest job in the world, the screen fits in there no problem. One last thing I need to do is stick the polarizing film. I don't know how necessary it is, but it came with the screen, so I might as well put it on there, right? Connect the screen to the flex PCB or ribbon cable or whatever you want to call this thing, and now we can start closing it up. Oh, wait, just a moment. Forgot to remove the protective film on it. Oh yeah. Also, don't forget to curl the ribbon cable before you put the top screen on the shell. The reassembly is also pretty straightforward. It's just a disassembly but backwards. After snaking the ribbon cable through the slit in the shell and screwing the cable cover over, we need to do some soldering. Well, the soldering is optional, but for me, it is absolutely necessary because we are soldering the wire for the brightness control. This is just going to be a quick soldering job, so I'm just going to do the soldering on the floor, doing some good old floor soldering. All the soldering that you're doing is pretty simple too, even if you're a beginner at soldering. The only soldering that needs to be done is a wire that goes to the test pin Q12B on the motherboard, and then you're soldering the other end of the wire on the contact pad of the ribbon cable. If you really want, you could cut the wire, but I'm just going to keep it pretty long. It makes it easier for disassembly if I want to go back in there later. With all the IPS screen requirements out of the way, it is time to put on the finishing touches. Remember how I said put the motherboard screws in a safe place? Well, those screws are significantly shorter, and if mixed up with a tri-wing, you can accidentally put a bump in the shell. I know they're two different screw heads, and it can't be that easy to mix, but hey, I've done it. This time, I am taking my time, checking the inside after every screw, not forcing anything. Oh, come on. And I don't want you to make the same stupid mistake. Alright, home stretch. All that's left is to screw down the back shell. Put in a working battery. Alright, here goes. Alright, check that out. Brightness works too. Let me test with the game. Nice. Nice. Dare I say that this is better than an AGS 101 screen? Ah, it's everything I hope it'd be. So cool. Okay. One down, one to go. It's pizza time. Come on, I had to say it. Okay, so seeing that we are somewhat professionals at this, let's run through it together. Phase 1, disassembly. Disassemble the old Game Boy. Battery, back cover, motherboard, disconnect, done. Now moving up to the screen, screw covers, unscrew, remove the screen, hinges, space them out, press down, remove. Done. Looking good. Phase 2. Modify. Does it fit? Cool. Wait. Yeah. Almost there. Phase 3. Reassembly. Screen housing. Soldering. Test pin Q12B to the contact pad of the ribbon cable. Now the finishing touches. 3 Phillips screws, screw them down, back cover, tie that up, battery, and last but not least, moment of truth. Oh my god, they're so stupid. I love it. I love them. I love them both. Look at them go. I can't get over these. They just feel so right with the overall design of a GBA SP and what they're resembling. But unfortunately, these will be living their lives on a shelf in my game room. Don't get me wrong, I believe this is the best way to play Game Boy Advance games right now. But when I look at these, I think of them as a limited edition console. The last thing that I want is a scratch to go on the amazing printed shell. I do intend on making a clear one to go with my IPS screen Game Boy Horror right here. And it's also because a clear shell for an SP would be easily replaceable. But with that being said, I had a lot of fun making these Game Boy SPs, and I hope you have some ideas to turn something from real life into an SP as well. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and possibly learned something. And if you want to support the channel and if you want to know when the next video is out, well, you know what to do. Anyway, until the next video, I'll see you when I see you.